Hello, everyone! 42 CEO Unk back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Nettspend and the album dropping this week, which I'm very excited for. We're going to get into just everything happening. We're going to get into my thoughts on album sales, my thoughts on features, if any, and then my thoughts on what's going to be happening with Rich Amiri, because Rich Amiri is also dropping an album. And hey, you might be saying to yourself, oh, Netspend's automatic first listen. Well, guess what? People in my comments and in my DMs and on my streams are saying actually Rich Amiri for them is first listen. So I'm very kind of curious to understand and see that, and we'll talk about it. But let's get into it. So Netspend is going to be dropping Badass Effing Kid this week, 12/6. BAFK. It's on the way. And everyone is excited. Everyone is extremely excited for this album because this is his debut project. Now, the track list allegedly leaked, but guess what? Pretty sure that was fake. Glow and Peace or whoever posted it and had the same song twice on there. Guess what, guys? Netspend's not having the same song twice on there because, I mean, come on. So I really have no idea how long the track list is going to be. I would assume probably somewhere 10 to 12 songs, maybe a little fewer, maybe a little bit more. I guess it really depends. Also, too, I think Netspend knows, like, his fans are just going to go crazy regardless, so it's not like he needs to go crazy and drop, like, 20 songs. I feel like 7 to 12 is fine, or, like, 10 to 12, that kind of range. But we'll see what happens. I guess in terms of features and, what's going on with that, that's going to be a really interesting subject. I really don't know what he's got planned for features. I would love an Osama-san feature. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm thinking there is going to be a big feature on there, and let's talk about, who these big features could be. I think there's a few options. There's 3 in my mind, and we'll talk about them. First, Lil Uzi. Nolan Riddle, or not Nolan Riddle, it's John Ross. John Ross, who's on Netspend's team, is a very close affiliate of Lil Uzi. He's done a bunch of work for Lil Uzi. He's basically his best friend. I mean, all this stuff, right? So the Lil Uzi connection, it's there. Lil Uzi connection's there. It makes sense. I could see it. Pretty big feature. And that's just one of the things everyone's been talking about when discussing potential Netspend features. Now, next, what I think is interesting is potentially Rosalia. If you don't know Rosalia, she's a very big Spanish artist. She has like 27 million followers on Instagram. She's a bunch of million monthly listeners. I mean, she's huge. She actually followed Netspend on her Instagram, and she doesn't follow like a crazy amount of accounts. And I mean, considering she's 27 million followers, that's still like massive. I mean, even her fan page is like 1.8 million followers. So, I mean, I know it's just a cosign, but still, I feel like one cosign could be a potential feature. So that's a second option. I think probably the least likely out of the 3. And the third one that I'm going to get into is Snow Strippers. Now, I think Snow Strippers makes sense because Netspend followed Snow Strippers on his burner account. So not saying like that means anything for real, but hey, if you follow someone on your burner account, you're either tapped in with them or you got music on the way with them, and it would make sense for BAFK. Now, I think out of all those 3, Lil Uzi makes the most sense, but then also doesn't make the most sense. Like, it's really just dependent on Uzi and if Uzi's down. So I guess we'll kind of see what happens there in terms of features. But I really don't suspect that many features happening on the album. I would probably say max 3. Honestly, we might get a situation where there are no features. I would be honestly okay with that. I feel like that would be okay with me. I don't know about you guys, but it's fine by me. I guess we'll have to wait and see, though. I know the producer track list got leaked. I don't know if that's real or not, but regardless, I think there's going to be a lot of amazing producers on there. I wonder if Pierre is going to be on there. That's kind of my one question. Like, will Pierre make the list? They were hanging out. They had Instagram Live together. I could see it definitely being the case and happening. But you never know. You really never know. So we're going to just have to wait until this week to see. Now, in terms of first week sales, I'm thinking something like 15,000 is the maybe the ceiling, honestly. I think it's really dependent on how much promotion's done, what's done with bundles, what's done with merch, all that stuff. I'm a little concerned with lack of promotion right now. I feel like we gotta get some promotion, especially if this is like Netspend's album, right? It like honestly feels a little concerning, and I'm not gonna lie, if we kind of get to the spot like in 2 days, so it's Monday right now, yeah, in 2 days, like Wednesday, then I think if we don't get any posts from like Nettspend by then, like I'm low key thinking album's cooked, which I don't really get. Doesn't make sense. I've heard the album's been submitted. Kirko literally posted it, and Kirko doesn't just post like non-factual statements. Like Kirko posts the truth, so that like actually kind of concerns me because I feel like we should have gotten like a post already by now. Maybe I'm tripping though. But hopefully we get it soon. Like maybe tomorrow, maybe today. Maybe I post this and it goes up. We'll have to wait and see. But I mean, with the lack of promotion right now, I'm probably saying like around 10 to 15K is what Netspin will do. I don't really think it's about the numbers though. Like to be completely honest with you, like it doesn't really fully matter. So, I mean, like I'm not really thinking that they're too worried about that. Like he already has the crazy fan base. He already has all the people behind him, and that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Like just having that fan base, that group of people that are gonna rock with you regardless of what you do. So that's a big part of it. I think also too, it's really looking like Osama-san. I don't know what he's planning on doing now with Jump Out. Like we already have the Nettspend date. We already had, we don't have a Cardi date, but like we kind of know like when it's coming around, and at least he's previewing the music for it, and everyone's kind of focused on that. So I'm wondering, does Osama-san just wait until January, Jump Out January maybe, something like that, or is it just a maybe he does it end of December? I really don't know. I feel like November would have been the perfect opportunity for him to drop, Jump Out. I feel like with him being on tour and stuff like that, it just kind of made sense. Like it was what people wanted, and people were going crazy for it. But didn't work out, so it is what it is. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens there. But I'm really hoping it comes soon. I mean, that's what We Gonna Be Okay said on the Instagram live I had with him. He was saying like, hey, it's gonna be on the way soon. So we'll see. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about is Mr. Rich Amiri. So Rich Amiri is dropping War Ready with a Osama-san feature actually, and potentially two Osama-san features. And I mean, I'm very excited for that album. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think Osama-san feature is gonna be big. I'm excited to see how that goes. The one thing I'm wondering though is, I mean, for me, probably Nettspend's getting first listen. I'm curious though, what do you guys think, like, in your opinion for first listen? That's like kind of the big question. I think honestly, it's gonna be tough to decipher. I mean, Nettspend for me is definitely that way, and I think there's a lot of hardcore Nettspend fans that definitely agree. But there are some people in my comments saying, Rich Amiri will be getting for their first listen. And of course, Rich Amiri has some hardcore, diehard fans that are going to be giving him the first listen. So I think that's going to be really interesting to see like the dynamic on, where they're going with it. I will say though, I feel like there's going to be a lot of comparisons for numbers. First week sales for Rich Amiri, first week sales for Nettspend, streaming numbers, all that stuff. And so that's probably one of the things that's going to be completely honest, annoy me, because there's going to be a lot of comparisons, especially when these two artists are in different spots in their career. Like, that's the one thing that like I just don't like when they compare artists that like literally shouldn't even be compared, because they're like two separate parts of their career. But anyways, it's going to happen. It is what it is. I'm just excited to listen to both of the albums. I think both are going to have banger songs. I mean, I'll be honest. I heard that Osama-san feature through the trailer, and holy shit. I don't know if, like, he did something different with I don't know, like, preset or what, but it sounded unreal. Like, it sounded freaking unreal in the best way possible. So I'm super happy with what we're getting on that. And the Nettspend, I may or may not have heard a little bit of a snippet. So let me just say, it's going to be incredible. And I'm very excited. I think fans are going to be happy. And I think it's time for the Nettspend hate to die out, and people are going to start rocking with him. So I'm super excited for this week. I'll make sure to update you guys with anything else, of course, on my regular pages. So make sure to follow those, 42 CEO everywhere. And then also, too, I'll be doing more commentary videos as well pretty soon. I was, out for Thanksgiving, so I took a little bit of like a 5-day break. But we're back, so it's all good over here. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos, though. And let me know if you want me to play other games. I've been playing a lot of college football, so happy to kind of switch it up if you guys think that's best. But yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. Let's get ready for Nettspend and Rich Amiri.